Welcome to the Insurance Brokers Podcast, Helpful Hints. Here we break down the best, most informative bits of our full-length interviews.
So the amount of networking and relationship building that is done outside of the office, I personally, and I might get harangued for this, I don't think is a bad thing. And I also think it's not unique to the insurance industry or specifically Lloyds. And I think maybe the cleaning up, it may well be that it's focusing on good business as opposed to backhand dodgy business. Doesn't have to equate directly with the amount of alcohol consumed, I don't think. And I'm coming at this from a perspective of, in a different life, I trained to be a barrister, and I don't think that I could have kept up with the amount of drinking that went on in that industry. I don't know how people do it. It would not have done me any good. And so I do think, and the barrister is also a profession that's
Yeah.
regulated, and you've got to jump through hoops to get your qualifications and all that kind of stuff. So I don't necessarily think the networking side is a bad thing, as long as the sort of processes are in place to make sure that there's a fairness to it, I suppose, in terms of when you're putting procedure and process in place.
I wholeheartedly agree, Sarah, and I think that if you're an owner of a professional services company, an insurance brokerage, you should encourage your staff, male and female, to go out and meet with and greet with fellow industry professionals, whether they be Lloyds underwriters or provincial business development managers. And there's nothing wrong with going off site and having a beer and a sandwich or an orange juice or a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or whatever, and just chew the cud, share knowledge, share experience, get to know people. Because whether you're on the way up in that profession or whether you're on the way down in the profession, you never know who you're going to bump into, and it's very, very incestuous. People do move around the market. Good people will always rise to the top again and again and again, but don't ever cut anybody's legs off, because it will come back and bite you in the backside. And I've got a very good friend of mine recently that had his mandate pulled, his cover holder status pulled by a young guy in, as I refer to him, in the White Sock Brigade. I know it's a little bit naughty, but hey, yeah, young guy basically was pulling the plug on this Lloyds Brokers facility, and this pal of mine turned around and went, yeah, that guy's name's never ever going to be forgotten, because when he needs it, he'll be shown the door.
Yeah, it's great. And do you know what? I don't. Again, that, to be honest, is human nature in a lot of ways, and it's just maybe ramped up slightly in that really close network of Lloyds. I do quite a lot of work with the CII, and I've interviewed quite a lot of CII people. I've interviewed Sean, I've interviewed Melissa Collett around chartered status and bringing the insurance profession in line. I want to say academically, but I don't mean that. I mean sort of in terms of qualifications with, the other professional services that we're talking about. Yeah, and I think it can only be a good thing, just to bring everything up in everyone's mind.